For the last 1.5 years, Battlegrounds games have become a staple in the Roblox community. Today we'll be ranking over 20 of them on my first ranking tier list on this channel. I know I'm gonna piss some people off, so I just want to warn you, this is my opinion, but let's go. Starting with the Strongest Battlegrounds. This game essentially started the resurgence of Roblox Battlegrounds games, and it's the father of many of these games you're gonna see on this list, combat mechanics. So I don't think this game can be anywhere but S tier. Moving on to Jujutsu Shenanigans, which has somehow managed to make its own version of this whole Battlegrounds trend by having destruction physics that have never been seen before in a Battlegrounds game recently, making it arguably better than TSB to some people, including me.
Tripping, bro.
With its goofiness and shenanigans, I think Jujutsu Shenanigans deserves to be right in S tier with the Strongest Battlegrounds. Project Smash. Yeah, this game isn't really a Battlegrounds game, but more of a 3D platform fighter, but I still have to talk about it since it's arguably one of my favorite games on Roblox right now. It's S tier. Like, yeah, it has its problems, but so does every single Roblox fighting game because of the jank and lag of the servers, but still the mechanics of Project Smash are so fun to mess around with, and it is extremely cool to find routes because of the Smash Bros influence on the combat, which gives you tons of freedom when trying to find new combos with any of the new characters they decide to add. F Bandit players though, oh my god, I hate you guys. Ultimate Battlegrounds, probably the closest a game has ever gotten to the smoothness of TSB's combat. Like, it's literally almost the exact same. This game went for a multi-anime approach, which we haven't seen a Battlegrounds try and succeed yet. Wow. Game also blessed me with the opportunity to beat up Jenny from Minecraft, bro. Why am I going against Minecraft Jenny? Paper. Scissors. Okay. Oh, Minecraft Jenny's cooked. Oh, she stopped moving. Oh, she quit the game. For now, I'll put this game in A tier. Unlimited Battlegrounds, probably one of the most unique Battlegrounds games that have come out that has the TSB formula. This game has dungeons, and the only thing that is really irritating is that you can't even play the dungeon without buying a ticket for it. Not to mention, I tried to play this game mode and it immediately broke for me after 30 seconds, which is unacceptable in my opinion. But for now, it's gonna kindly sit in the B tier. Sorcerers Battlegrounds. Now, I have a very love-hate relationship with this game, but it has improved tremendously over the past year of this game being out, as it is one of the first Battlegrounds games to follow in the footsteps of TSB. The combat system is nowhere near as smooth and some of the characters are quite unbalanced, but I don't really think we can deny its place in A tier. Cursed Arena. This game is definitely the definition of quantity over quality in my opinion. It seems Sorcerers Battlegrounds in this game take wildly different approaches to updates, since this game doesn't give a single F about balancing. This isn't to say that the game is downright horrendous, it just needs some fixing for it to be fundamentally better than its competition. The boss system is pretty cool though, so I'd say B tier behind Sorcerers is a good spot. Cursed Battlegrounds. Like, there is almost no reason to play this JJK Battlegrounds game over all the other better selections. The combat has some cool additions like Gojo's affinity technique, so it can stay in C tier, at least it's playable. Sukuna Battlegrounds gets its own tier as the worst Battlegrounds game of all time, so it's only right that it gets its own tier right below F. Heroes Battlegrounds. Now, Heroes is basically the only My Hero Battlegrounds game available. It isn't necessarily bad, but the effects are headache inducing, so I avoid playing this game most of the time when I literally get pain from playing it. The combat, however, is alright. It's acceptable, but not as smooth as TSB. So I have to say, objectively, it's probably around B tier. Now on to the Dragon Ball selection of Battlegrounds games. We have 3 here, starting with Z Battlegrounds. Z Battlegrounds, at first, I definitely hated this game, but as Spectre Studios have been putting in a lot of work to make it a better game. Me being a Dragon Ball fan definitely makes me a little biased, but I genuinely think that this game has got some love since I've last played it, and I think it deserves a spot in A tier. Now on to Key Battlegrounds, which essentially to me is just Z Battlegrounds with a smoother combat system. It does have way less content now and seems to be getting updated a lot less. This has led to the game dying off in players, making it increasingly harder to get any rank matches in. I don't think it's quite in A tier yet, but could be with more updates, so this is going to be right in B tier. Saiyan Battlegrounds is probably the worst out of the DBZ Battlegrounds games, but somehow is second most popular with a 62% like to dislike ratio, which is abysmal. The game itself is just extremely unpolished, so I'm not sure why anyone would play this over Z or Key. This will probably have to go in F for me. Sorry, Saiyan Battlegrounds players, this game is not it. C's Battleground. Man, this game in my opinion has so much potential to be great, but it's like the developers really don't want it to be. And the addition of that grindy Gojo quest really made me stop taking this game seriously. The combat isn't very smooth either. C's Battlegrounds can rest in C tier. Fruit Battlegrounds. Now, if you know me, you know I absolutely despise Fruit Battlegrounds because of its incredibly bad raids and the crazy grind to get anything remotely good in the game. Completely takes what Battlegrounds games are, which are free to play, non-grindy games that you can just have fun with, and makes it into the most tedious experience I've ever played. I'm sorry, Fruit Battlegrounds warriors, this game has gotta go in D tier. Pirate Battlegrounds. Yeah, this game just lacks basically all the modern mechanics and graphics of the Roblox Battlegrounds games of today. The game looks and plays like a 2017 to 2018 era Roblox game. Not sure what 1,000 people are doing on this game, but hey, to each his own. I would say it's not completely unplayable, but I really can't give this game anything higher than a D. Bending Battlegrounds. Pause. But anyway, this game made me extremely depressed. I thought this game was gonna be Avatar The Last Airbender with TSB type combat system, and I was excited to play it until I finally played it and realized that this game was definitely F tier. Like, it can't go anywhere else but F tier. Now to Sorcerers Battlegrounds, which is another low quality Battlegrounds game compared to the competition. The combat is not that smooth, and to be honest, the UI is pretty ugly, but I had some fun with it. It's just no reason for me to play it over the other Battlegrounds games or even like Rogue Demon. I think Sorcerers Battlegrounds can go in C tier. Rogue Demon. Now, this game pretty much came out before TSB and that whole trend, so it's pretty old at this point. I personally think the game is a solid B tier. It's nowhere near as smooth as the Battlegrounds of today, and it's a bit clunky, but that's to be expected from a decently old game. Rogue Ninja. Basically Rogue Demon with a smoother combat system. But other than that, each character feels pretty nice to play, and the graphics look a lot better than Rogue Demon, of course, because it's a newer game. Hey, give this game some time and let it add some more characters, and man, this game could be S tier, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll give Rogue Ninja a chance in the A tier for now. Chakra Battlegrounds. This game I feel is literally shadow banned because I didn't even know this game existed until like a couple days ago. The game itself claims to be a demo, so there was definitely a lot of bugs, and the effects were extremely overwhelming. They were also extremely poorly optimized. Also couldn't even switch characters in this game either. This game probably would have been a lot better if it would have just been developed just a little bit longer before release. This game just feels like a D tier for me. Ninja Battlegrounds has more players than Chakra Battlegrounds, but is it better? Oh no. This game has one of the worst combat systems I've seen out of a modern Battlegrounds game, and the UI and graphics feel straight out of 2016. The sound effects are also ear splitting. My ears! It's just too outdated and low quality in my opinion, so this game will have to occupy F tier. Now we have to talk about the Undertale scene of Roblox Battlegrounds games, starting with Undertale Test Place Reborn. Now this game is really fun if you are a diehard Undertale fan. I played Undertale and Deltarune, and since both this game and Altered Battlegrounds are based off Soul Shatters, one of the classics, I'd actually give this game an A tier for high quality presentation and good Undertale fun. Alternate Battlegrounds. This game and Undertale Test Place Reborn are very similar when it comes to the general combat system, but I believe this game has a little less going for it. As far as unique game modes, not really being a thing. Also, I can tell this game ain't really been updated for a while since it still has the Christmas theme sometime, and this sits right in B tier. Seven Sins Battlegrounds. Also a solid, simple Battlegrounds game that has probably one of the coolest dash punches out of any Battlegrounds games that came after TSB, but it doesn't really have many new things that differ from other Battlegrounds games, but it is polished, so I'll say it can go in B tier. Solo Showdown. Now this game broke my heart. It could have been so great if it wasn't for the combat system being kind of clunky. Just feels, I don't know, incomplete as of right now, which is probably why the players decline. With a more polished combat system, it could have made B tier, but honestly I'll have to place it in C for now until it becomes more polished. Sonic Showdown. Now I actually did have a decent amount of fun with this game despite it not really having a smooth combat system. It did have some unique features like an air combo mechanic similar to that of the Sonic Fighters, where you can chain air dashes in the air to combo your opponent, and the spin dash was quite smooth as well. I don't know if it was just me, but Sonic's Awakening felt worse than the base in this game for whatever reason, but again, still a solid game. B tier if you're a Sonic fan. Now I'm just gonna add a tier for the OG Unk games since they really can't be compared to the Battlegrounds of today, since majority of them are just fighting games or battle arenas and are extremely old for some, like in the JOJO Game, Teen Titans Battlegrounds, ABA, Elemental Battlegrounds, TroubleSome Battlegrounds 2, the Anime Cross games, and probably so many more that help build the fighting game genre on Roblox, and I'm just gonna give them their own tier. Now if you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to see another tier list ranking video on any other genre on Roblox, just let me know and drop a like on the video, and of course subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.